Hello everybody, welcome back to the ADAC SimRacing Expo 2023, and I'm delighted to welcome to the stage a man familiar to many of us in the world of virtual motorsports, Thomas Jackermeier, Endor AG CEO. Wonderful to have you back, and it's wonderful to have a presence from Fanatec. How are you?
Servus everybody, good to be back and great to be on the SimRacing Expo again. Love this show.
Yeah, and it's great to have a constant presence from Fanatec at these events and many other activations in real and virtual motorsports throughout the world. So before we talk about the product, which I think everybody here wants to hear about, can you tell me a little bit about what Fanatec have been doing in the sim and real racing space?
I mean, our vision is to merge sim racing and real racing together. So, and we are attacking that from two sides. One is from the product side. We are developing real life products from real cars, like the BMW, the Bentley, the podium button module ready, which was used by Sebastian Loeb in EU, who won the Rally Monte Carlo with it. So these are these were the first sim racing products which were used in real race cars. That was one aspect, and because it cannot be more authentic than that. And the other one was on the competition side, that we sit real race drivers in the simulators and drive for championship points in the Fanatec GD World. I think this is also we brought racing and sim racing at the same time to a new level, because the real races were, well, real races, I consider all of us real races, but the real world races, let's put it this way, they took it super serious. We saw some super exciting races. I mean, you were there commenting, I think that was a great success, and our vision is still there, and that in a few years that every single racing series in the world up to Formula One will have sim racing as part of the competition, because it's cost-wise it's nothing. Basically, a simulator costs like 2 sets of tires. So for the racing teams, in a few years, all of the drivers will have sim racing background, because all of the younger ones will have sim races anyway. So it's easy for the racing series to add sim racing as an element. Could it be for fighting for points? But there are other things. I mean, just imagine if there's a race where the teams in Formula One can fight for, I can get another extra gearbox change per year. They would take it super serious, and we would have a fantastic race, sim race. Yeah.
And I think, frankly, we're not far away from that world at this moment in time. But bringing it back to Fanatec, the Fanatec booth that we've got here at the Expo is always an incredibly popular place for the audience. But it's been even busier than usual, because this year, at the 2023 Expo, you've released a new product, which we've got in front of us now, the Clubsport DD. Tell me about this. What is the Clubsport DD? Why is it different? And why should we collectively be very excited about it?
Yeah, this product was, this release, I think, was a little surprise, although it's not really a surprise to have a DD which is now covering the medium market for us. I mean, we had a CSL DD and the podium DD, and obviously a lot of people want to have products in the sweet spot in the area between 12 and 15 Newton meters. So we came up with the Clubsport DD at 12 Newton meters, and the DD Plus, Clubsport DD Plus at 15 Newton meters, with a PlayStation license as well.
Yes.
And it's looking like a pimped up version of the GT DD Pro, but actually it's a complete new product inside and the outside as well. It's the first one with our new quick release system, the Cure 2. And for this product, it's really essential to have the Cure 2 because we have a new technology implemented. We call it Full Force because it delivers the full experience of force feedback, which was specifically created with direct drive in mind. So this is not some marketing nonsense. It's really a complete different technology, and it delivers super fine and subtle force feedback effects. My favorite demo is that we can use the wheelbase to play a song. So it really is a loudspeaker then, and we can have this overlay of super fine signals over the normal force feedback effects and create a very realistic feeling. This is giving you more immersion, more authenticity, but it's we did something in order to improve the performance of the product, which is where we do it with the faster slew rate. Slew rate is the acceleration of the product. So the steering wheel is accelerating probably faster than anything else on the market. So it's and what does it do for you? Why is it good for you? It's if you have a steering wheel which is faster accelerating, it's much easier to catch a slide. It feels natural. It avoids oscillation. So you can also use less damper to avoid oscillation. So all this really changes the force feedback feeling dramatically. And the third thing what we did is really having optimal thermal management so that the first lap you're doing feels exactly like lap number 30 or 50. So the 12 or 15 Newton meter peak is not just the peak force, it's also the hold-in torque. You get it consistently throughout the whole race. And this is because a lot of wheelbases, they fade in time over this is a normal physical phenomenon that basically over time, if you heat up the motor, that the power gets less. Not in this case. And then you can, you feel the tire loss, the grip loss in the first lap as the same as in later in the race.
And that's quite interesting because this base is quite a small form factor compared to what we see for other wheelbases on the market, which obviously requires a certain amount of innovation, one would imagine, getting all those internals inside it. I believe there's now a thicker housing to help with the thermals. This is all designed in Germany, is that correct, by yourselves and the whole product from ground up?
It's actually this is using military technology. We are working together with a company which is also working on military stuff. This is now it's really getting a little bit marketing like. We have the Flux compensator technology inside. No, it's seriously this is this technology makes it possible to have an extremely high efficiency. And this is why also our thermal management is better and at the same time keeping the cost low.
So you've talked quite extensively about full force, but I want to go back to that again because as sim racers, we often look wrongly at direct drive wheels and judge our purchasing decisions based on the strength. Stronger is better. But actually strength is only useful to a point if the feedback that you're receiving is valuable to the driving experience. So as a new standard for Fanatec with full force, from a driving point of view, what difference is that going to make to me as a driver? Am I going to have access to feelings that I don't have in previous parts of the product range, for example?
Well, I mean, the thing with Newton meters is a tricky one. First of all, we tested all the DDs on the market, and sometimes there's no real standard how you measure the torque of a steering wheel. So if you're measuring all at the same with the same test, the results are pretty different from what is advertised. At the same time, same with the amount of pixels in a phone, it does not really tell you about the quality you get. So, and also at the end, it's a matter of taste. So if you're driving Formula 2 or karting and you want to have the real authentic experience, then there's no way around. You need to have a 20-25 Newton meter base. If you say that you're interested in driving GT3, well, those cars in reality, they don't have more than 50 Newton meters. This is totally fine. Yeah. So I think most people are even turning down the high-end wheelbases and end up in this area with 12 and 50 Newton meters. So probably 90% will feel exactly right there.
And one big thing that we've not spoken about much that's particularly impressive to me, because I have an unhealthy obsession with different wheel rims. This is the first product that's got the QR2 integrated into the design of this one. Can we talk a bit about this, what that actually means and how that affects the product itself?
Yeah, the QR2 is a long story for us and a painful one. So the challenge was basically when several years ago we had to make a QR2, which a new quick release, which is automotive grade. I mean, this we developed that for BMW, for our BMW steering wheel. But making it for a few dozen wheels and in racing a great quality, that's actually quite easy. Making the same product compatible to the mass market and make it and produce it at a user-friendly price point. This was a huge challenge for us, and finally we made it available. That we have so now we have the race car grade quality available at affordable prices, and the big benefit you get with this QR2 system is that it's absolutely zero gap. There's no shaking, no nothing, which is important if you have a technology like full force, where you have this super small effects which will be eaten up in a QR1 system, and also think, I mean, well, of course you could say the QR1, well, why don't you make it good from the beginning? Just keep in mind that the QR1 was invented, 15 years ago, where there was no direct drive. And now it's simply time to move on and have something better.
But of course, on that topic, in the very near future, there's going to be an ability to put a QR1 on this device as well for the backwards compatibility for those that have already got it. That's correct.
Today I spoke with somebody who said that you asked me if we can have this wheelbase with QR1 because he has 7 steering wheels at home. I said, that's exactly why we developed the exchangeable quick release system also on this wheelbase. So if you invest into the ecosystem of Fanatec, then we try to make sure that you have a lot of fun and long life with this. Yeah.
So Thomas, our time is coming rapidly to an end. I've just been given the quick warning signal from up on the deck. Just very briefly before we say goodbye though, it's fascinating to see that Fanatec have chosen to launch this product at the SimRacing Expo. Just how important to you as a company is it to be able to present this to the largest venue for like-minded sim racers? It's quite important to be part of the community in this launch.
I mean, this is the core of sim racing here. All those people, I mean, I've seen many of those faces since many years, doing this since 26 years now. And I think we all together, we grew this whole industry from the hardware side, from the software side. 26 years ago, I could not imagine that a world rally champion is winning the Rally Monte Carlo on a sim racing wheel, stuff like that. I think it's all fantastic, and then this is I think this is the core of it, and I'm really curious to see how this develops further.
Absolutely. Well, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. And everybody here, big round of applause for Thomas Jackermeier.
And to you guys.
Fantastic stuff. Make sure you check out the Fanatec stand as well as all the many different stands here. And from the stage at the ADAC SimRacing Expo, thank you all very, very much.
If you want to come by, we have beer, fry beer at 5 o'clock.
Beer at 5. Fabulous. Thank you very much, everybody.